Hi, I'm John and welcome to the Racing Line, and this is your Shell Advanced Youth Cup 2014. And right now we are going to give you the intermediate 130 underbone. Check this out. Welcome back to the Shell Advanced Youth Cup here on the Racing Line. Hi, I'm Jong, and this is your 2014 Shell Advanced Youth Cup Intermediate Expert 130. Romeo Sigan Jr., Dan Carlos, Andrew Antonio. First row, pole position is Romeo Sigan, Job Gonzalez, John Anthony Rasula, and Brian Uy on the second row. And for the 7th and the 8th, third row, Alexis Baldosa and Ricardo Canja. Expert 130 underbone. And of course, the winner right here will then compete with the rest of the champions to compete for the race of champions for the top 4 and the right to be one of the qualifiers. Here we go for the Mindanao champions or Mindanao finals. Romeo Sigan, good move there on the first corner. Trailing behind him is Dan Carlos, and on the third, so far that's Andrew Antonio. Top 3 so far. It's a 10-lap race. Romeo Sigan of Suzuki Phoenix V-Man Racing. He's been in some racing since the very beginning, but opted to stop for 2 years, I think. Now back on the track, looking good. Carlos, on the other hand, is our 2013 original novice of the year. This kid has really seen a lot of, shown a lot of skills and potential. He was also one of the Yamaha ASEAN Cup representative of the country who joined that race in Indonesia late last year. Andrew Antonio, who is a drag racer competing in the Raider Breed Wars. Here we go, Romeo Sigan trying to defend that small he has right now from Dan Carlos. Make no mistake. Show you a replay right here. What happened there, the starting position, the starting grid sequence as Dan Carlos leads that bike, so that's sort of a delay for him. As Romeo Sigan was able to grab full shot on the inside. So Carlos changed position there, he went on the outside, thinking that he'd be able to get Sigan on the outside, but he beat the bike, so that's the delay that cost him that one. 6 laps to go for Romeo Sigan. If Romeo Sigan will continue leading this one and eventually take on the checker flag, this will be his first win of the year. Or his first win in many races after he joined racing, or after he come back racing. Romeo Sigan halfway now to the checker flag. 5 laps to go in this intermediate Expert 130, and the gap is widened here for Sigan. As Carlos, I think he's just pacing the bike because Andrew Antonio, the teammate of Romeo Sigan, is just right behind him. Job Gonzalez, I think, is trying to make Andrew Antonio defend that line more rather than catching up on Dan Carlos. As Romeo Sigan looking good here The gap has widened. This is almost 2 seconds differential between the two, I think. Job Gonzalez is closing in, currently on fourth. He is now taking on Anver Antonio for third. 3 laps to go in this race. This is the 2014 Shell Advance Youth Cup happening here in Davao City. The winner for this one will compete in the 9-man grid for the championships, the Race of Champions, and that 4 qualifiers, the top 4, will then go to Cagayan de Oro for the Mindanao Finals to compete against the other top 4 in Mindanao, or the other top 4 in Cagayan de Oro, and only one, and the champion will get invited to race the Shell Advance Asia Talent Cup in Sepang, Malaysia. 2 more laps to go in this race as Dan Carlos is trying to catch up on Anver Antonio. 1 more lap, last lap now for Romeo Osigan Jr. looking good. Will he get his first win in many races? This is it, Romeo Osigan, one of the veteran racers in the camp of Suzuki Phoenix V-Man Racing, as Dan Carlos holding on, or so is Anver Antonio holding on to this one. Last corner for Romeo Osigan as Carlos and Job Gonzalez trying to get that last hurrah. There we go, Carlos and Anver Antonio. Osigan, Carlos and Anver Antonio for the Intermediate Expert 130. Show you replay right there on what happened a while ago as Anver Antonio made a wide opening in that hairpin. Job Gonzalez tried to capitalize on that one, but to no avail. Anver Antonio in third as Romeo Osigan wins this race. This is your Shell Advance Youth Cup, only here on the Racing Line. Congratulations to Romeo Osigan Jr. for winning his first race of the season, I think. Yes, Jun Osigan, congratulations for winning this one. And Jun Osigan will then compete in the Race of Champions for the Shell Advance DAVAO Finals. And the top 4 for the DAVAO Finals will then go to Cagayan de Oro for the Mindanao Finals. So who will that be? Top 4. So please do check out the rest of our races only here on the Racing Line.